technology, right? We just have to just roll with it. Just have to
Yes.
roll with it. Shift
Yeah.
and move and shift and move. So I want to thank you for coming on today and, to share your knowledge, your wealth and of knowledge with energy, increasing energy and reducing our stress. So we have Miss Amber Swift, and we met through our coaching classes with Healthy Profit University, right? And it was we just connected, and I love that. And so I'm excited about you being on today. I'm hoping that the people that will see this video and really get some great nuggets to utilize in their lives. So just, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Amber Swift. I'm from California originally, but I now live in the deep South, Georgia. And the Lord actually moved my husband and I here 20 years ago to start a Calvary Chapel church, a non-denominational church. So we've been doing that full time for over 2 decades now. Yeah. So, and then we have 5 children ranging in age from almost 23 to 14, and we are going to be
Mhm.
grandparents for the first time this year. So that's exciting. I know.
Yes.
So yeah, so we homeschool. I homeschooled, all of my children. We've graduated 3 because we have 3 young adult kids. So, and I've been a health coach now for 4.5 years, and I love it.
Nice. Awesome. 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 You said you've been a health coach for 4.5 years and you guys started a church. And how is that? How do you like that area?
The deep South is how do I like it? It's good. It's good. I love the people that God has given me the privilege of building relationships with. That's what
Hmm.
I love the beach and the mountains. So we're literally four
Hmm.
hours from either one. So we're smack in the
Oh,
middle. So we can go hiking in 4 hours or we can be at the beach in 4 hours. So yeah.
uh-huh. Oh, nice, nice, nice. All right. Well, these are the times where it's like your family is growing with your grandbaby coming, and you are not far from great elements, the beach and the mountains and things like that. And it's like, okay, you are smack dab where it is conducive to a healthy lifestyle, right? That's what it sounds like to me. So,
Yes.
okay, awesome. So let's talk about how you're going to show us your top 5 tips
Yeah, yeah.
on
Well,
it.
well, so I have a little presentation here. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay.
Okay.
So increasing energy and reducing stress, this is huge, right? Because so many women in the midlife time frame, that time in the middle, really start feeling their energy kind of wane, and they start seeing their stress and anxiety begin to escalate. And so I work with busy Christian women, and my heart really is to see them having an increase of energy, helping them to get to a healthy weight, reducing bloating, and decreasing stress. Why? So that they can feel like
Okay.
themselves again. So yeah, so that's my heart, because I really
Mhm.
want to see um, you you busy women, I want to see you feeling good so that you can fulfill all of the purposes and plans that God has for you. So throughout this presentation, you'll see this QR code here. Scan it and it will take you to a free guide that will really help you get on your way. So, okay. So I do work with busy women, and I just wanted to share this. This actually popped up this past week. And I loved this review. It was so encouraging. It was from one of my previous clients. And she said, "I'm so thankful I found Amber. I had so many gut issues, feeling bloated and eating gas X like it was candy. I was on anxiety.
Ah,
Yeah, it was just not myself. I was also on hormone cream and premenopausal. In a nutshell, I was a hot mess. And you know what's so awesome about this client is that she is feeling amazing. And that's why I do what I do. So I just wanted to share that. So, okay,
Yes.
so as you are watching this, I want you to write down on a piece of paper on a scale of 0 to 5 what your energy levels are today, and then on a scale of 0 to 5 what your stress levels are today. Because sometimes we just really need to take an honest look at ourselves. So, Sean, tell me today, what are your energy levels after the time change?
Yeah. You know what? Even with the time change, I woke up at regular time this morning, so I'm at a 5.
Yay! That's awesome. How about
Mhm.
stress? 0 being
Oh,
no stress, 5 being the absolute worst.
oh yeah, I'm a 10.
Yeah. 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 No, I hear you. Yeah, it depends on the day for me, because I have
Mm.
5 kids and life is busy, and sometimes I just have to really just like, whew, take a step back. So I wanted to share just a little bit about me. This is my beautiful family. And it's so weird now looking at this picture because this one, and this one, they all are adults and live out of the house now. So it's
Wow.
crazy. So, but a little bit about me. So I'm 46, but when I hit 40, I wasn't sleeping at night. I was bloated. My body started aching. My cycles actually stopped. And I went to a naturopathic doctor and I was diagnosed with chronic stress. And so after 2 decades of being a full-time mom, we don't have family around, homeschooling. I'm a pastor's wife, but I was also leading worship full-time and leading women's ministries. My body just started just shutting down, right? I was doing all
Mm,
these great things, but my body it literally just started shutting down. And so I had for the about 10 years prior to that. So for 10 years, I had eaten a very clean diet. And I was
mm,
paleo, I was doing all of the right things, but because of not taking care of my stress levels, my body was shutting down. And so I really started seeing the tie between diet and lifestyle and just putting it all together. And that's actually why I went to IIN, because I really wanted to start helping women like myself. And because I had the blessing of being able to be diagnosed with chronic stress and learn how to take care of it from a holistic perspective, not just slap some medicine on me. And so I wanted to start helping women like that. So I love this. Energy is defined as the strength and vitality required for sustained physical or mental activity. It's your most valuable resource. And it really is, you guys. Our energy is such a gift and it needs to be stewarded well. So I
mm.
put this airplane here because this is my favorite analogy. We all know it, but do we do it? Every time we
Okay.
get on an airplane, what do they say? You have to put your oxygen mask on before you put somebody else's oxygen mask on. And so
Right, right.
often, right, as busy women, busy Christian women, we don't. We're walking around, we're running around putting everybody else's oxygen mask on, but we're not putting ourselves,
Yeah,
like ours on ourselves.
that
So,
part right there. Don't sign that very bottom part.
yeah,
Hold
so
on one second. Can you guys mute?
can everybody hear?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, okay, good. Yeah, so
Okay.
make sure, drop in the chat as you're arriving what your energy levels are today. 0 being nothing, 5 being the best, like the most. I would love to see that. So here, I wanted to go over just a few just simple things. My heart is that you go home today with at least one tip that you can apply. So let's go over food for energy. So in order to have proper energy, we need to be fueling ourselves, right? So often, we feel as women that we shouldn't be eating, right? We don't eat and we don't eat enough. And so it is so important for us to be fueling our bodies, right? And so when I say fueling our bodies, we need to be eating things like protein, and we need quite a bit of it. We need to be eating vegetables. We need to be eating healthy fat, right? In the 80s and 90s, we were all told no fat, no fat, but our bodies need fat. We need healthy fat like avocados and olives and extra virgin olive oil and coconut oil. So things like that will help. So if you want sustained energy throughout the day, I teach all of my clients to try to eat every 4 hours, right? Eat every 4 hours, eat some protein, some fat, some fiber to help keep your blood sugar levels stable. Yeah, I see, Gail. 3, energy, 5, stress. Good. I hope you leave today with just a couple of things that will help you get your energy levels up. Okay, so eating in a way that helps with our energy is huge. So 4. Okay, Mikkel, if I'm saying your name correctly, when you say 4, is that 4 as in like energy? Is that you have a level 4 for energy? I just want to make sure I'm understanding correctly.
Yes, I think I'm managing my stress well today. It's not too bad.
Yay, that's awesome. That's awesome. So energy. So we need to be eating foods that increase our energy. So here's a few foods that actually decrease our energy. So a lot of times we think caffeine, I'm so tired, I need more coffee. But the reality is that if we have too much coffee, it causes our blood sugar level to spike and then plummet, and then we end up kind of getting into this cycle. So that's something that can actually decrease your energy. Any food that isn't God made, right? If it's man made, when I'm saying man made, like Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, Lay's potato chips, all of these are man made, and they're just going to set us up for just poor energy. So really making sure that we're eating foods that can give us energy. Here's another thing too. When we think of energy, it's also people. Like, the reality is there are people that we have to be around that are going to drain us, right? We all have them, whether it's our children at the time or other people, because we do serve. God calls us to love our neighbor as ourselves, but we need to have those people in our lives that give us energy too, not just take from us. And so that's something that as I'm getting older, I'm really trying to look for a few people in my life that add to my life too, because a lot of times I'm serving all the time. And so really looking for just a few people that can also add to my life. So that's also important. So another thing, so we have food, we have people, relationships. Another thing is movement. So how often would you say that you move your body? Like, is it daily? Is it every other day? Is it once a week? Go ahead and drop it in the chat and let me know. How often would you say that you're moving your body? And the reason I say that is because here's the reality, ladies. If we don't move it, we're going to lose it. So if we want to have sustained energy, we need to be looking for ways to move our body all throughout the day. So in America, we kind of have like this mentality, oh, I went to the gym, now I can sit for the rest of the day. Or I exercise for 30 minutes, so the rest of the day I can sit. But it's not, if we don't move it, we're going to lose it. And so it's really important to look for movement to, instead of sitting, standing, walking, if you have to work, have a standing desk, put a little treadmill underneath your desk, just really look for ways to move your body. So a few ways that you can take home today: diet, people, movement. The 4th is sleep. Making sure that you're aiming to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. We need that sleep. That's when our body is going to restore and heal. It's when our mind's going to heal and our heart's going to heal. So out of those 4 things that I said, what's one thing that you want to take home with you tonight? Drop it in the chat. Is it eating real food? Is it looking for a few people that add energy to your life? Is it movement? Is it sleep? Movement 1 or 2 times.
We have a couple new people that came in. Monica, thank you, welcome. Gail and Simone. So Monica says, I'm moving my body every day throughout the day. And Mikhail says she moves 1 or 2 times a week. Monica also said her stress level is really high, like a 4. And Gail, she moves average 4 out of 7 days a week.
Good, good. Yeah, so let's like look at it this way. If we're only getting 6 hours of sleep a night, let's aim for 6.5 to 7 for the next week. If we're only moving, 1 to 3 times a week, let's bump it up to 4 times a week. If you're not getting real food every day, look for ways to, instead of having potato chips, try to add some avocado and some olives. Like, just look for one shift, right? Sometimes we want to like do everything all at one time and we're just like, we can't keep it up, right? Because then that becomes like a fad. We try it all and then we drop it all. We don't want a fad diet. We don't want to do the yo-yo thing. So just look for one thing that you can add today. Okay, so a couple of supplements. So one thing that I love to do is I like to add electrolytes every day, because a lot of times we're drinking so much water, but that we're just basically peeing it all out, right? We're just drinking and going to the bathroom. So I like to add electrolytes to my my water in the morning. Another thing is having a really good quality multivitamin that's bioavailable, meaning your body can absorb it. That is huge. Also taking vitamin D, getting out in the sun every day. I don't know, Sean, do you guys get enough sun like where you're at?
We don't get enough of it,
Yeah.
but we're always, I'm always telling my clients, like a client earlier today, I told her to go out in the sun, but she's in Florida.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, the
So
sun's
it's
out
sunny
here.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sunny today.
Yeah, no, I know when you live up north, it's harder because it can get just
Mhm.
really, really dark. But as often as you can every day, getting out in the sun, taking some vitamin D, that will help with your energy. Probiotics will
Mhm.
help. Let me see if this link held up for me. There we go. Here's if you want a list of the supplements that I have that I take, just copy and paste that. Hopefully it'll pop up for you
You
guys.
can share it. You gotta share your screen again.
Oh, I think I put it in the
Oh,
chat.
no. Okay, you put it in the chat.
Yeah, I put
Okay.
it in the chat. Okay, so we're gonna go into stress now, because that's huge. So if you did not hear a little bit of my story, I shared that at the age of 40, I was diagnosed with chronic stress. So that's another reason why this is near and dear to my heart, because as a result of being diagnosed with chronic stress, my cycle wasn't working regularly. I wasn't sleeping. My body ached all the time. I was bloated. I was miserable because I still had 5 kids at home too. Okay, ladies, like picture that. And I was homeschooling. I thought I was going to lose my mind, but I really implemented some lifestyle changes and some supplements, and I worked on my diet, and all of those things together got me out of chronic stress. And I'm so thankful. So this is interesting because stress, look at this, stress is any event that you deem as stressful, right? So there are true stressors in life: death, marriage, a new child, a new job, moving, illness. And then there are perceived stressors. So sometimes the way that we view things can cause our stress to go up. I mean, how many of you guys have somebody in your life who never seems to get stressed out? Like, usually the person who is a type A, I'm pointing at myself, is usually married to somebody who's not, and they don't get stressed out. So you're running in circles. But, just so I want you to really think about that. Think over your life and the perceived stress versus true stress, and really just mull that over. That's something that you're going to need to sit down with a journal and pray over, and just really get just really honest with yourself, because sometimes we take things on that they're not even ours to take on. And so really getting just honest and asking the Lord to show you what really is your responsibility and what isn't. And so that's a really, really important thing to think about. So something we're going to do right now is I'm going to lead you guys through a breathing exercise. So if you are able to, I want you to stand up you're able to stand up right now. I want you to stand up, and I want you to first just reach straight up and then just let your arms drop down. Okay. Okay. So we're going to do a breathing exercise. I want you to put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And the reason we're going to do this is because when you breathe, you want your stomach, your belly to fill up, not your chest. If you notice that your chest is moving when you breathe, this is actually known as stressed breathing. And you don't want that. You want to take a deep diaphragmatic breath. So see, it's so interesting. God created your body that when you take a deep diaphragmatic breath, it literally gives your heart a massage. So we're going to do that. We're going to inhale for 3. We're going to hold it for 4, and then we're going to exhale for 5. And we're going to do it 3 times. All right. So follow me. Let's inhale for 3. Close your eyes if you would like. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale for 5. Inhale for 3. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5. Inhale for 3. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5. Okay, you keep doing that. And I'm actually going to say a scripture over us. In Isaiah 26, the Lord says, you will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. So I'm going to say it again. You will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. So that's something that you can do, excuse me. Anytime you start feeling your heart begin to race, you can do that 3, 4, 5, and it will calm your nervous system down. It will calm your body down. It will take you out of fight or flight and put you into that rest and digest. And listen, you can do it wherever you are. One time I had an 18-year-old boy, my son, he was in my face, ladies. And I just sat there and I just breathed because I knew if I said anything, I was probably going to hurt him. So, and because I didn't react, I was calm and it helped him calm down, right? He was 18. He wanted to be a man and he was just, and I literally just stood there breathing and counting in my head. I didn't let him know because I would have just added oil to the fire, gas to the fire, I mean, but I just like sat there and I just breathed and it did. It took me out of fight or flight. Okay, here's a few statistics. According to the
One, before you go into the, what was the scripture again? Because I want to put it in the chat for those that might want.
Yeah, it's Isaiah 26:3. It's one of my favorites. Okay, if you guys have any questions at all, please just drop them in the chat, okay? Because I would love to answer any questions. If you have any concerns, if you have anything you want us to address, Sean and I are here for you. So let me know. Okay. All right. According to the American Psychological Association, nearly 2 in 5 adults reported that when they are stressed, they can't bring themselves to do anything. It also found that about 21% of adults report forgetfulness when they're stressed, an inability to concentrate, and a difficulty in making decisions. So for adults under the age of 35, that's pretty young, you guys. I'm 46, so that's pretty young. 46% said that they are so stressed they cannot even function. I mean, that's huge. Excuse me. So, and also too, the majority, I don't know the exact statistic, but the majority of emergency room visits have a portion that is due to stress. And it's huge. Monica, I will be addressing that in just a minute about what's good for anxiety. Definitely. I've had quite a few women come to me who have been on anxiety meds, and we've gotten to wean them off. So it's exciting. Okay, so let's look over just a few very practical things. So I love Philippians 4:6-8. To me, that's like the Lord gave us, like literally he wrote out exactly what to do. So Philippians 4:6-8 says, don't worry. It says, give thanks. And then it says to pray. And so when we choose to do that, that helps with our minds, right? Because anxiety and stress, I'm not talking about true stressors. Those are real. I'm talking about still even within true stressors, we can pray, we cannot worry, and we can choose to give thanks. And I love that. It's like Philippians 4:6 it, 4:6 it. Do it, right? Don't worry, pray, and give thanks. Okay, so let's look over a few practical things that you can do. Walks. So walking is the best thing to do for stress and anxiety. Walking, try to get as close to nature as you can, to be as surrounded by trees and grass or ocean or mountains as you can. Walking. I think walking is like one of God's answers to stress and anxiety. If you can get up to 30 minutes to an hour every day, do it. Take your dog, take your children, walk, just go. Walk, pray, just relax, go for a walk. If you're at this point right now where you're not walking at all, start at 10 minutes. Just start at 10 minutes a day and watch. This is such a good remedy for stress and anxiety. Second, the breathing exercise. So we have walking, the breathing exercise, that's 3, 4, 5. Stretching. Stretching is amazing for stress and anxiety. Journaling. So if you have not journaled, I even brought my journal so you guys can see. I brought my journal. Let me tell you, I just walked through 2 of the hardest years of my life. And journaling as a prayer to the Lord, I know is what kept me sane. Every single day, I start off with writing 5 things down that I'm thankful for. And I do it every single day. And then I write out my prayer. I just write it all out. I get it out of my head and onto paper, and nobody's allowed to read it, ever. They must be burned. They will never be allowed to read these. But I'm telling you, ladies, journaling as a prayer to the Lord will help with your stress and anxiety. Because if all I do is journal for myself, I don't feel like it helps. But if I journal as a way, like a prayer to the Lord, it will change your life. So walking, stretching, breathing, journaling. Those are like some practical steps. Put in the chat what's one that you're going to start implementing, because I would love to hear. This is also good accountability for us. Is it stretching, breathing, walking, or journaling? Okay.
Also, if you guys, if anybody wants to come off mute to say what's one of them that they want to do. So Simone said stretching.
Journaling.
Monica said journaling.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to, Gail says prayer journal.
Love it. Yes. Those are so
Mhm.
good. Stretching. Yes.
Gail says stretching.
Those are so good. Okay, so this is interesting. Now we're going to just step into foods that help during times of stress. And this is what I recommend to all of my clients is when you are walking through high times of stress, your body does not digest as well. Have you ever noticed that when things are just going awry, that you feel more bloated, maybe have indigestion, maybe you just, you don't feel good. So the thing is that when you're walking through high times, periods of stress, you want to eat simply, like make a pot of soup, like with bone broth and chicken and cooked vegetables. And also too, we usually don't want to cook either during those times. So if you just make a really simple pot of soup or So the key is to only eat cooked vegetables when your body is under stress, because your body just it's not going to be able to digest those raw vegetables as well. So just really simple foods, really clean foods. You know, like have a little bit of chicken with some avocado and maybe some cooked green beans, having some salmon with a little bit of sweet potato and maybe some roasted broccoli, having bone broth, cups of bone broth. So during high periods, high times of intense stress, try to eat as simply as possible. That has always been the key. So we went over some practical lifestyle things you can add in. We went over foods. Now, ashwagandha is one of my favorite supplements for times of stress. I keep this always in my medicine cabinet. It's an herb, it's an adaptogenic herb. It is amazing. Like, I will just keep it and I will take it. So ashwagandha is known for just really helping your body to adapt to stress. So I learned when I was 40, when I was diagnosed with chronic stress, that the reality is that we cannot control stressful time periods. We can't, there's things in our lives, ladies, that are going to come. We have no control over it. But if we build into our lives these habits of just calming our bodies down, then we won't get so sick when we're stressed. And that's the thing. I want to see each one of you walk through your life feeling great. I want to see each one of you being able to fulfill all the purposes and plans that God has for you. So, any of you have any questions about energy, about stress, anything like that?
I have a question
Yeah.
uh, about the ashwagandha because I actually just bought some recently
Mhm.
and I've taken it one time.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, does it only come in one form? You know, it's they're kind of like big pills.
Well, you can get liquid or you could get big pills. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want the big pills.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
does come in liquid form. Okay.
Yeah, you can. And I have a full script dispensary, but also if you follow this, if you copy and paste that, I can get you guys a discount to all of the supplements and stuff. I'm not sure, Sean, do you have that?
I don't have ashwagandha, no.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and then also too, but yeah, no, ashwagandha is my favorite. Also essential oils. I always keep, there's so many different essential oils for stress, ladies. I mean, what are your favorites, Sean, for stress?
There's a blend called Clarity that I love
Yeah,
that is really great for stress. Bergamot.
yeah,
There's so many. There's so
yeah.
many. Yeah.
You're like, I like, you
Yeah,
just,
all day.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, no,
Mhm.
I love essential oils. I've used them since I was 9. My mother was like
Mm,
raised us on essential oils, and so my kids are hilarious. They walk in, Mom, I have a headache. Mom, my stomach hurts. Mom, and they're just
yep.
using all the oils, and I love it. But you guys, literally, when we use what God made, our bodies handle it so much better
Yes.
than taking a
Yes.
prescription. I mean, really, every single prescription was really, they just copied something that God made and went into a laboratory. And because it's made by man, it causes inflammation in our bodies, which is why you see so many side effects. And so if you can substitute every single pharmaceutical with some type of supplement or herb or essential oil that God made. I know Sean and I are both like, do it.
Do it. Yes. And everyone on this call, everyone on this call knows that because I'm
Yes,
always pushing. Use the
yes,
essential. Yes.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to
So
share with you ladies just one more thing. Let's see if I can share my screen one more time. There we go. We went there. Okay, this is actually, I wanted to share this with you guys because this was one of my clients that came to me, and you guys just listen to this. I can't recommend Amber enough. I was what felt like on my deathbed. I had been sick and in so much pain for years, only to have been given more and more medication to treat symptoms like gas, severe gut pain, stabbing chest pain that left me bedbound for days. Tumors in my uterus told only a hysterectomy would fix. Tumors in both breasts, no energy, stress, anxiety that eventually came with a big panic attack, but never healing anything or finding resolution. Amber started me on a 6-month program where she helped me to listen to what my body was telling me, screaming to me. I lost 45 pounds, have not needed a hysterectomy. My breasts are much better, and I haven't had medicine, not even one Tylenol in 2 years, and feel so much better. Yes, my lifestyle has changed, but for the hallelujah better. I sleep better, haven't had a flare up in almost 2 years, and I'm overall a happier person. That says Amber not only knows her stuff, she's wonderful. I almost cry when I read that because I do remember Jasmine when she first came to me, and now seeing her is just, it just is, that's why I do what I do, and I love it. But if you are interested, here's a free guide. Just take your phone, scan the QR code, and here's a free guide that I put together. I love what I get to do. I love working with women and watching them and walking them through their health journey. I really feel like it's a calling for me. And I love being able to help God's kids just feel better and fulfill just all of the purposes and plans that God has for them. So I'm very, very thankful. And I love this verse from 3 John, 3 John 1-2, beloved, I pray that all may go well with you and that you may be good in good health as it also goes well with your soul. So I just wanted to share all that with you guys. And if you have any questions, let me know.
This was awesome. Anybody have any questions? You can come off mute and ask the question. All right. I hope you go ahead, Mikhail.
No, not a question. I was just gonna say thank you. This was good. I did miss the first like 10 to 12 minutes, but what I got was definitely helpful. I'm really going to try and implement all of the stress relieving practices that you gave, the walking, stretching, breathing, and journaling. I've started doing, like a little bit of that, but not the way, the way you wrote it. I'm going to take like step by step, little by little, not try and do everything all at once, but one thing at a time. So I'm already in the stretching mode. So I'm just going to continue with that, and then go forward. Thank you.
That is awesome. Yeah, no, I love, I don't know if any of you have ever read Atomic Habits, but how I love that book because I'm such a like all or nothing person, like naturally. So he's like, just focus on 1% changes. So that's like my motto. I'm like, 1% changes. Just, and you actually create a whole overall lifestyle change when you just focus on little by little. So I think that's awesome. That is good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
And I did record this, so I'll send you guys the recording via email. I think I have everybody's email address. Yeah. So I will send it in via email for those that signed up that didn't make it and for those that are here.
Perfect.
All right. All right. Awesome. And Simone said she seconded that emotion. Great conversation. Awesome. Awesome. I want to thank you. Thank you, Amber, for being here with us today. Thank you for all these wonderful nuggets that are simple nuggets that can be implemented on a daily basis, right? One thing at a time. We always say 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 day at a time. And so I hope you guys take at least one thing out of this and start to implement it into your well-being. And like I said, I will record it. I mean, we're recording it, so I will send it out. That way you guys can refer back to it. And if you have any other questions after we end, you can reach out to me or you can reach out to Amber. Her information will be in the her information's in the chat. All right. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty. We will be gone now.
Thank you.
And And I pray that you all have a great, wonderful, blessed, amazing day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.